Hello and welcome, Snake here. Welcome in another hero, generic hero, Spotlight. And today I want to cover one of my favorites, one of the best, more effective heroes that are existing at the moment. And of course, I'm talking about the Dwarfish Engineer. And you might get offended that I said he's one of the best, but hear me out. He's one of the best. That's it. A lot of heroes are just like, they can do some stuff. That's really nice when a hero can do stuff. But it's better when a hero can do stuff and buff other guys. So that's where the Dwarfish Engineer comes in. I miss times when they were able to increase range of range units. They were enabling some crazy stuff like Iron Drakes, Trollhammer torpedoes from, miles away. Oh, glorious times. Nevertheless, let's deep dive into Engineer. Right after you subscribe, of course. Okay, so Master Engineer is a range hero. But it's not range. It can serve as a melee lord as well. Ish. It's equipped with a gun, so obviously there will be two ways you can, level it up. One, if you want to have a shooter, sniper-alike hero, then you go for the Deadeye. Deadeye is range 15%, then it buffs his missile strength. Okay, let's go this way. Yeah, it goes missile strength 20%. Bare Essential give you stalk and speed 20%. You lose some armor, but you don't need armor if you're not fighting in melee. And of course, ballistic calibration. Back in the day, ballistic calibration, you were casting it where you stand it. If I'm correct, it was like you click it and, just everything around you got the buff. Now you can technically pick up the spot where you want to cast it. However, the range is kind of inconvenient, so you cast it, but often you think you're really close and you can cover the ground, but somehow you still run. I know I might suck at it, but it's awkward to use because you need to target stuff. I like it more when it was like click and forget. And at the end you have Barakvar Handshake, which makes a sharpshooter ammunition that increase range, and it's anti-infantry. And anti-infantry, usually when you pick up anti-infantry, it's like 12, 24. No, it's 150. 150 versus infantry. It does a lot of damage. If you hit armored stuff, it's even better. So you can, of course, a stock doesn't give you snipe. So if you want to have a sniper, you need to equip some items. You need to, gear him up in order to be effective. If you want to go melee, you pick up Grudge Raker. Grudge Raker ammunition is decreased range and increased number of projectiles. It's basically a shotgun. It does nice damage, but .63 range, okay, from 265. That's a massive decrease. So no, absolutely not. But if you have a situation where you want to have increased mobility because you always want to have it, and you do have range missile units, like artillery, missile, infantry, stuff like that. But you do lack a little bit of a front line. The engineer is here. Master Engineer will provide you with a very nice buff for melee defense. Plus 12 melee defense is quite nice, and hit points 20%. Quite a lot of hit points. It can cause fear and be vanguard deployment. And here it gets armor and some armor piercing weapon damage. Yeah, I would replace that armor and give it like some physical resistance. That would be very nice. And at the end, a Cinder Blast shell. I don't like these shots because there's some... Often I miss because of terrain. You need to be in a perfect line. The terrain can be an ass, so yeah, you definitely need to pay attention to what you're doing. And often check terrain, otherwise you're just gonna waste it. So often this shot is just, for me, is getting wasted because of various problems. And this is the two ways you can build up hero. And I adore this way. I want to have a choice, even with the small things like a hero. Instead of Tane, there is, wow, that's the only choice. Okay, there is still a choice when you pick up the Runesmith. Oh, I forgot, you have choice here. You can either increase some damage or get some armor. Okay, so my bad, there is apparently choice. But here is a real choice because there's two things that are really different, so the choice is impactful. And you can really pick up the different side of a game and you can do some various stuff. Outside of the tree's talent abilities that you can give him, there is one more, and this is this line. One, it's an increased number of restocks and reduce the cooldown, so you can use it more often. Very useful. Requisition, 20% hero's army for ammunition. That's a lot. That's a lot of ammunition, okay? Next one is the missile strength, 12%. Another great buff. Both things works for everyone. Overseer, leadership doesn't matter. And Sapper is the next one. It does increase the missile unit's speed. However, as you can see, it's... Question is it works for all missile units in general, or just these units that are here on the picture? I need to test it out because it does bother me, this idea, if it's true or not. Because, come on, that would be really good. Because why Master Engineer is so good? One, because it provides a lot of stuff, but it's also easy to steal for certain actions. So stealing heroes is a bug that became so much fun to do. I hope CA will never fix it, because players have a lot of fun, and I really hope they're not gonna kill our fun. But these two buffs works for literally anything. If you steal it and put it into any other range army out there you build up for different faction, and you steal a hero, these two things should absolutely work. However, this might not, and it's bothering me because the 15% speed miss for missile units is really good. Outside of these, you have more weapon strength, When you fight greenskins, there is more. Flash Bomb is a killer ability. Absolutely loving it. Because you can, reduce the speed and melee defense drastically. This is the dumbest, seriously, this is the dumbest ability, talent for a dwarf. I would literally I would take it 5% physical resistance. Fuck it. I would take +3 melee defense over this stupid charge bonus. Cause yeah, it's not working. Outside of that, you have, of course, speed +15%, which is very nice because dwarves are not the fastest, might be one of the slowest overall. Typical missile resistance and immortality. Boost income, yada yada yada, but increased mobility is crucial here. So these are the talents you can get. What's good about Dwarfish Engineers is that, again, as I said, they're easy to steal because AI often makes them high level. Honestly, a Master Engineer is one of these heroes that are actually like 80% leveled up compared to anything. I had like 10 campaigns, and whenever I tried to steal a hero, it was pretty much always engineer-ish, except the one exception that I sent it to legend. And yeah, but you can get it on the tier 2 building. So on level 2 you can get it. You can get it in a minor settlement as well. And building up an engineer building in minor settlement, it will, because you build it up here, and on level 3 settlement you can increase capacity for engineer. So it's really, really good to have them. It's the same thing that you have for engineers in Empire. And Empire engineers are very good as well, but their strength lies more within their ability to do damage. Because one of the best Doomstack I ever built up were the engineer from Empire army. It was 1 engineer lord, 18 engineers, and Jade Wizard. And actually, I think I put it a captain there, Empire captain for the Guardian, yeah. But overall, these, come on, missile strength like 1200 or something, so obviously it rips stuff. Nevertheless, that's the talents and how you can build up professionally, that's a dumb word, how you can make a Master Engineer a sniper that it really works, and everything is within the forge. So because you have already snipe, you can like build up items that are not gonna buff him for combat, but for sniping. So ranger crossbow, range plus reload reduction. The reload reduction is crucial here because often you wait quite a lot. Prospector Mail is something you want to go if you want to have snipe, and you do want to have snipe. Despite having stock and equipping it, I would still go for stock from talent and equip it this. Reason is of course speed.
Let's go.
Because Bare Essential give you 20% speed. That's a lot. Okay, next up. Yeah, you have some ammunition here and physical resistance. That's okay. I wouldn't bother too much. Yeah. Prospector Spyglass. I think that's it. Obviously, you You could get liquid fortification, which is the best in slot, I say, but if you don't think you're gonna fight a lot, I would go for this. Did I pick up everything? Oh, yeah. Hold on. Okay, Ranger crossbow, this. Yeah, ammunition here, and I think that's it. Yeah. So I pick up the spyglasses, and now, when it comes to personal runes, if you're not planning to fight, I would say get yourself Rune of Fear, just to reduce enemy leadership. I mean, I'm still saying you're not gonna fight, but often you can get like a distracting unit that causes some mayhem and pulls away units if they're going towards your like stationary yard. So things you need to improve there is absolutely speed. So Master Rune of that Adamant is very, very. I mean, no, Master Rune of Passage. Jesus, yeah, it's 2 a.m. so I am kind of sleepy, and unfortunately, that's it. Because there is, I mean, Master Rune of Flight is awesome because it provides you a somewhat a magic missile, and the only limitation is cooldown, but it recharges and you can use it again. Okay, so we take this guy. And yeah. Speed. Actually, we're gonna drop it at the end. Okay, so Prospector Mail, Prospector Spyglass, Ranger Crossbow, and whatever for Talisman, unfortunately, and then Speed. So I have a Dwarf Master Engineer with 64 speed, quite a lot of buff. Missile strength, 500, 336, so that's a lot. Okay, that's a lot already. Range 288. So when you hit a lord, enemy lord, oh, it's gonna sting really hard. And because you have snipe and stalk, you can pretty much move around and barely get detected. It's amazing tool. Very, very good to like capping some parts of a settlement where AI is not currently, to pull away some units for you to get in and do some damage. So absolutely worth it. I'm just... Why? Slayer?
Callum! Fight!
Okay. For some reason this dwarf is a slayer. Yep. Okay. I got a slayer somehow. So Makaisen is present. Of course, I forgot about the entrenchment. It's a very nice ability for a Dwarf Engineer. I use it multiple times on Gotrek on his in his quest battle, because Gotrek and Felix always charge in. But if you stop it, because it provides you nice stuff, it's armor-piercing missile damage and physical resistance. It's very good to buff things, but you cannot move. There is a punishment. So what I did, I stopped him because it roots you for like duration 44 seconds. 44 seconds you root it, so yeah, it can be messed up. Nevertheless, the bonus of armor piercing missile damage, which often range units are not moving so you can shoot, but the physical resistance if something is in danger. So this is quite good talent, not gonna lie. Of course, dwarves are naturally resistant to spells, so they are tougher. And I think that's it. That's it when it comes to talents. When you steal a hero as a Dwarfish Engineer, you might have character rune. If there is a rune attached to a hero, you'll have it. But if not, then you're gonna get arcane item slot. Which, in the long run, it's not really that bad. Oh, there is flammable effects and enable flaming attacks, armor piercing missile damage. So if you want to have some flaming attacks, this is also for you, but in the long run you're gonna lose it, so watch out what you are doing. When it comes to traits, one of the best is Strong, Grimnir, Grogny, and Weapon Master. So Grogny is reducing cost of buildings by 15%.
Let's go.
In my army, where I'm not really relying on engineer heroes and lords in general, I have a gyro bombers and copters, because this army is designed for the Grumbrindle. Trust me, it's killer. I'm planning to have all gyro bombers at the moment I can. But I have a Grogny, because wherever I go, I have the construction minus 15% immediately, and that saves me a lot of money. The other one is pretty much whatever I had at the start, and it was Strong. I mean, at the start. Yeah, that was the trait I got. There's some shit ones, of course, as always, but there's a couple of good ones. And okay, I need you. So Weapon Master, absolute killer, is one of the best traits for especially Engineer. If you want to make him snipe, that's a lot of damage increase. So very valuable. There's some others like Grimnir. Grimnir is increasing melee defense, physical resistance, and some armor. So this is overall like a very defensive ability. You have discipline, so of course it's globally amazing. Hardy is 10% physical, and there is quite a lot of different talents that you're gonna find. But it's often really hard to find some good ones. But overall, if you're fishing, start saving characters. And I can't believe I'm talking so much, but this is really good hero to steal. Again, very effective, even in my army it's gonna be very effective, because because of snipe I can use him in a battle and I'm not gonna get detected, and he can provide some killers, shots, because the stats I gave. I hope that was useful. Please tell me if yes or not, if you like this format or you wanna tweak something, change it. Definitely worth to try steal it. If you don't know, check out my other videos. I recorded how to steal heroes if you're interested in. And if you lasted that long, thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time. Subscribe if you like what I do. You can do it and support me with it. Take care, and bye bye.